Hi, this is Jay Cross. And no, I don't usually look this way. I'm usually much more informal. I want to talk with you a little bit about the rule of threes. When I was in business school, a professor, or actually a lecturer, facetiously said, "Oh, this is really important, the rule of threes." And the rule of threes, but there are always three things. And actually, that's one of the most practical things I learned in business school. It helps me realize that there are always things on either side of an event which convert it into a process. And frequently for me, I look at it as the beginning, middle, and next of, well, just about anything. So if I'm looking at schooling, I find that the concentration is on the middle part, the immediate, the class, the workshop, the mouthing of the words, the reading of the lesson, to the absence of working on what came before, where the students are coming from, and what comes next. Sort of, well, what are we going to do with this? How are we going to reinforce this so people keep it in mind? So there's a great unexploited opportunity in the beginning and the next boxes surrounding that middle. If you look at, say, training for compliance, you've got the mandated formal part, but boy, if you start out with an informal event or happening or discussion or something where people talk about the importance of what's to come and then end up with brown bag lunches or reinforcement or discussions or follow-ups or newsletters or whatever, so that the memories are kept alive rather than fading, boy, you get a whole lot more. School often sort of evades the real world. I mean, it used to be that was the idea, that you protect people from that nasty old world where things are unruly and unpredictable, and you train people in sort of the pure, but the pure doesn't exist. Curriculum, which is more or less a defining characteristic of formal learning, curriculum specifically limits what's outside, or it can just focus on the core. But this misses a lot. I mean, it gets old. Curricula doesn't usually stay up to date that well. Kids in high school are still taking chemistry before physics because it was decided almost 100 years ago that that's the sequence they should take place in. Curriculum ends, but learning never ends. I mean, you build mastery over time, not by the end of the course. And big problem with curriculum is it leaves out all the other stuff, the things that are going on in the rest of the world, and they're just not part of the lesson. Following the rule of threes, see the need for curriculum practice and certification to sort of get a toehold, to teach a novice the laws of the land. I mean, you don't want to discover algebra through talking around the water cooler, but you want to be able to open up all these other wonderful ways of learning. So that's sort of the rules of threes and a few ideas about it. And the question is, what are you going to do next in that next box? How are you going to bring other people into this? It's just a question for thought. You can find me at Internet Time Alliance. It was nice chatting. Bye-bye.